Nearly 40% of women in Tennessee and 37% of men will experience some form of domestic violence in their lifetimes. According to statistics kept by the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, there are resources available for anyone searching for a way out. But as a community, there are ways that we can come together to address this ongoing problem. To discuss that effort, we are live this morning with Shelby County Judge Greg Gilbert and Dr. I. But can you say your name just so that because I didn't want to mess up.
Well, thank you. I am Dr. Amai Aratsoki. I'm an associate professor at the University of Memphis, and I'm also the research director of the Public Safety Institute at the University of Memphis.
This is an important conversation here. Judge Gilbert, if you could talk to me about how domestic violence impacts the community as a whole. We heard some of those statistics, but you see it right there.
I see it every day.
Yeah.
It's the biggest, I think it's the root of all the criminal problems we have in our system.
You're exactly right.
The 911 calls, I think all statistics show the bulk of 911 calls are domestic related. And if you think about it, that's the environment that kids are growing up in. The paradigm is conflict, and it really is the root of all the other crimes in our community.
Wow, Dr. I, why did you say exactly? Why did you agree so adamantly?
Well, I think this is something that I teach my students at the University of Memphis all the time, and that is that when you look at other types of violent crime especially, so if you look at gang violence, which is often a concern here, or drug crime, or now with the focus on juvenile offenders, like Judge said, you know, to be able to really understand the root causes of that violence looks towards the home. And the home is kind of the beginning of everything, right? And so to be able to tie violence back to the home, whether you're experiencing directly or indirectly, and then going out into the community and into your own family homes as you age, everything is connected.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So you've helped to create a way to tackle this problem. Can you talk about that?
Sure. So the University of Memphis, we kind of pride ourselves with this driven by doing motto, and I do think that this is kind of an exemplary way of illustrating that. And so what we've done through a grant from the Tennessee Office of Criminal Justice Programs is that the University of Memphis has been able to coordinate Judge Gilbert, the District Attorney's Office, law enforcement from Memphis Police to Bartlett Police, Shelby County Sheriff, and then victim service providers who are all working together to be able to identify issues that they can tackle themselves in their positions and their way to address domestic violence. And the University of Memphis is assisting them in those efforts, whether that includes applying for state or federal grants to do so, but also in being able to bring all of these entities together in a unified collaborative effort.
You need one another, Judge, because you have to be in the courtroom. Explain to me how this work is impacting you in the courtroom.
Well, it's the most important part of what we do, because what happens in the courtroom is just really it's the tip of the iceberg. Services for victims, how law enforcement deals with the cases coming into the system. We have a lethality assessment protocol that helps us kind of identify victims and offenders who are more likely to erupt in future violence. And working closely with law enforcement and victim services, it wouldn't work. The courtroom really wouldn't work if we didn't do that.
So how do you apply this information moving forward?
So the lethality assessment program, it focuses on, there's 10 or 11 questions, or maybe it's 12 or 13 questions that focus on certain areas: past history of violence, threats of future harm, substance abuse. There's several factors that become objective factors that if you start checking more and more of those boxes, law enforcement recognizes they're at higher risk. Ultimately, the prosecutors, the courtroom will treat those cases differently. Victim services are contacted, and they're drawn in through what we call the domestic violence response team. They reach out to the victims to let them know that they are maybe in a higher risk. And if they don't need to go through the court system, then maybe they can take a right door, go through, get an order of protection, get housing and services, and still escape the violence without being forced to being, I guess, exposed to the court system, which is not always pleasant.
All right, and so we're definitely going to follow this challenge and see anything I didn't ask that people need to know really fast.
I think that domestic violence is an issue that we all understand as a problem, but it hasn't been understood as the problem. And the tireless work that our victim service providers do, that our law enforcement do, and that the court does, as Judge Gilbert says, is the kind of the crux of everything. We're working every day. And at the University of Memphis, we're here to help in whatever way we can.
All right, Judge, Dr. I, thank you so much for coming in and sharing this and letting people know that there is hope down the pike.
Thank you for having us.
Still ahead on Live at